Hello, what a go on? Friends, family, and well wishers and regular watchers of my channel, good morning to you. And today I have a very innovative idea for us, and so I just like to get into it. This video won't be long. And remember, if you're new to my channel, a special welcome to you. Now today video has to do with a simple do-it-yourself method of making your own emery cards. What I have here is some that I've made, but I'll be guiding us in a step-by-step procedure, which is so simple you won't believe it. So for this project we need pieces and bits of cardboard, which can be sourced. I like to use items already around the house to economize. And so you may have a box that you had received from Amazon, and it can be quite durable material they are made up of, and so you can use that box. This was derived from a tablet I had, the box, right? And so it's important to use a sturdy piece of cardboard. And I have here Emery cards, which was purchased on Amazon quite cheap, it was less than £5. And so cardboard, Emery cards, regular paper glue, and a scissors, and your enthusiasm. Okay, so let's go. So I have here cardboard, and so a bit of cardboard such as this, you would cut it in at least 2 pieces. 3 pieces would be perhaps too narrow. And after you cut it in 3 pieces, I'm gonna be doing a demonstration of what I did with these. And so what I did, this is my strip of emery card. This is how it came. And so I simply attach them. There are many ways, but I choose to apply glue to the underside. And this is the sandpaper side. So, by the way, these emery cards are made from refined sandpaper. And so I have a medium grade sandpaper here, which was used in the case of these emery board. And so you simply it's important to make sure you use a medium grade for the filing of nails, so that's less damage and it will be safer. And if you have babies, you can use the very fine grade such as this. And so if you would like to make a callus remover, I would recommend using the real rough version, because there are many grades, to the sandpaper. And so, as I said before, after we have secured our emery cards, I spread glue evenly on the underside and attach these are already made, but this is an example of what you would do, because this would be the size of your emery cards. And so they were attached by glue, and then I simply cut them. After you have attached them using glue, then you give it at least 3 hours to dry, because you want to make sure it's secured properly. And after you give it 3 hours, then you simply cut out the cards. You simply use a scissors and separate. You know, this is how they were. You use a scissors and separate. And then you proceed. This is an example of one separating. So you proceed to, you notice the edges are not quite level with the emery board. So after you cut it out of your paper, then you can neaten the edge, you know, because for filing your nails you want a straight edge to get maximum results. And so here you have a fine example, and you know, this is a rough example. Of course you could neaten the edges by, you know, adding a little flair by making more rounded edges. So when you're done, this is your nail file. It's as simple as that. Apply glue to the back side of your emery card, and they're quite convenient because this is just how they came. If they didn't, you could simply cut it in a similar size, and after adding glue, attach the cardboard. At least 4 pieces of cardboard, strips of cardboard would have held on this, or the cardboard could be even a similar size to this, and you do one cutting. But however you choose to do, it's important to apply glue to the cardboard, then you attach your emery cards, and basically that's it. And so I'm going to do a demonstration of one that I made. This is it. And I'm not a professional, but I just applied wisdom. You know, after I had an occasion where I purchased a nail file. I know humans are not perfect, and the nail file was from day one, it was just, all of the sapphire was just dropping off. And I never had that experience. I was so surprised. And as it was then, I decided to rack my brain and said it must be quite simple. And you know, in Proverbs chapter 8 says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. I accredit a lot of my videos, most of them, to inspiration I get from God. And you know, James chapter 1 verse 5, if any man lack wisdom, and this goes for you and you out there, if any man lack wisdom, let him ask of God. So if you have a situation that you cannot solve, you can pray and God will. Whatever aspect of business you are in, there's have to be something simple like this. And you just pray. And so what I do, I just try and keep the communication line between myself and God open. And God just infuses, you know, a lot of ideas concerning different things. And when I say keep the communication line open, I mean make sure I make a connection with God at the start of the day and try to maintain my behavior, try to do what I know pleases God. And then at the end of the day, it's important that we close the day with God as well. You know, it all started by having a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit will really help you in your day-to-day living. But the most important thing is that He will empower us to live in a way that's pleasing to God, so that we can be sure that at the end of life, after all of our achievements, which is not much to God, God is impressed with our heart and our heart condition towards Him. And so it's a demonstration of the nail file or the nail emery board which I made. And so as you can see, I'm filing and quite a pleasant experience. I look closely at the edges, and so it was just, I cut it to as close as I think I could, and it's still filing quite effectively. Look at that. What are you missing if you had bought one in the store? And so, as I said in one of my videos, you can turn your hand and make fashion. And you know, there is always an alternative. So if you happen to run out of nail files, don't panic. It's a simple procedure. And the end result, perfectly filed nails. You have not been shortchanged at all by having made your own nail file or Emery board at home. And I've made almost 10 of them using a simple procedure. And I know you can. It's quite simple. So, see you in the next video, and you can click and subscribe to my channel for more innovative ideas. Thank you.